Hey everybody, it's Christine Kerwin, the Director of Volunteer Experience, coming to you from my dining room. And I hope that this message finds you safe and well. It is Volunteer Appreciation Month, and of course, we appreciate and love our volunteers all year long. But this is a special time during the year when we want to send our special thanks to our volunteers. And this is such a great time to be a Girl Scout volunteer because you're the type of person who spreads joy and hope throughout your community. And that's something our communities really need right now. So thank you so much for everything you do for girls and for your community all year long, and especially right now during this unique time. So what I wanted to do today is just offer some tips to our Girl Scout leaders about connecting with your troops during this time. And I want to start right out from the beginning. It's kind of like a big asterisk that I'm putting at the beginning, and I'll keep coming back to it, is the most important priority right now is you. We want to make sure that our volunteers are safe and staying sane, and your most important priority is for you and your family and your group of friends. So got to make sure that all of those things are all set right now before you can do anything else. So make sure that you can check that box and really focus on that, because you are the most important thing right now. Now, I know that we have some volunteers right now who have a lot of demands on them, and Girl Scouts is maybe the furthest thing from their mind, and that's okay. Again, got to take care of you right now. But we do have some volunteers who are thinking, I do want to engage with my troop. Maybe you're seeing some things on social media and thinking, maybe I'd like to do those things with my troop, but I don't really know where to start, or I'm not sure I have the capacity to do some of the things that I'm seeing out there right now. So where should I start? So I'm going to talk today a little bit about kind of a spectrum of engagement. So we're going to start with kind of what I would call level 1 engagement. And so once you've got all your basic needs met and you're ready to start with engaging with your troop, a good place to start, if you haven't done it already, is just sending a simple message to the girls and families in your troop. So that could be via email or text message or phone calls, just to check in. Your message could be as simple as, hi, I'm thinking of you, I hope you're well, I miss our girls, and be safe. And that's it. And just doing that, just letting our families know and be connected to Girl Scouts right now can be so impactful. And we have heard from families whose troop leaders have reached out to them in this way, and they have said that it really meant a lot to them to be connected to Girl Scouts right now. A lot of families are looking for some hope, and Girl Scouts can bring that. So if you have the capacity to do that right now, fantastic. It doesn't take much time, and it can definitely give people a boost. So that's level 1 engagement. If you're ready for something a little bit more, let's move on to what I'm calling level 2 engagement. So level 2 engagement would really just be asking you to be forwarding along to those families all of the great resources that GSWNY is putting out right now for Girl Scout families. So if you haven't already seen them, we are offering Monday through Friday at 3:12 a Trefoil TV, which is a Facebook Live session on our Facebook page. And every day it's a little activity, something inspirational, something fun for families to do. So if you haven't checked that out, you definitely should. So that's something you could share with families. And also we have a great landing page on our website that's Girl Scouts at Home. And again, those are packaged resources that families can be using to continue staying engaged with Girl Scouts at that time. So this level 2 engagement isn't really asking you to do a lot of coordinating amongst your troop. It's really just asking you to spread the word about resources and encouraging families to take advantage of that. So again, you could do that via text message or just shoot a quick email to send them in that direction. And you'll really see that Trefoil TV and some of the other resources we're putting out there are really family focused, because we know that some troop leaders aren't really in a position right now to have the interest or ability to coordinate with their troops. So this allows individual families to keep engaging. So again, if you have a greater capacity right now, maybe you'd be interested in a level 3 engagement. And so level 3 engagement would ask you to do some coordinating to get your troop to meet during this time. Now, of course, in-person meetings we're not doing, so of course we're talking about virtual meetups. So you can find on our website, we have a whole little virtual session that's all about how to run a Zoom meeting. So Zoom is a platform where you can do video conferencing, and it's free. And a lot of schools are using it, so your girls may already be familiar with Zoom, or you might be using it. So Zoom is one resource that you could use. There's also Google Hangouts, Skype, and you may have another conferencing system that you're comfortable with. So this is really just coordinating a meetup of your girls and using any of these platforms. And pretty simple to set up and use, and get those girls signed up and get on it. So I am a troop leader for my daughter's junior troop, and I ran my first Zoom meeting last week. I had never used Zoom before, and so it's very simple to use, very intuitive. And also the girls, they are in 5th grade. They, of course, know way more than me. And so it was simple to use, but there were a couple little things that to tweak, and I could have figured them out, but they knew right away exactly what to do. So it was kind of funny. You know, they always know more than you do. So it was really fun to see the looks on the girls' faces when the other girls popped up on the screen and going, oh, there's Laura, oh, there's Claire, there's Quinn, you know, just getting so excited to see each other. My girls don't all go to the same school, and so even when we were having in-person meetings, they would get really excited about seeing each other because they don't see each other regularly. And of course now no one's seeing each other regularly, so it's even more of a treat. And something I hadn't anticipated is that most of them have never seen each other's bedrooms. They've never seen each other's pets or maybe even siblings. And so they were really excited to just kind of do a show and tell for the beginning part of the meeting and comment on each other's bedrooms or showing favorite stuffed animals or siblings that were wandering into the camera. So it was a lot of fun. I had kind of made up a little agenda in my mind of what I kind of thought we could talk about on the meeting, but as usual, you know, the girls are kind of driving it, and so we had a lot of fun just checking in with each other, and talked about some of the things that were good about not being at school and some of the things that weren't so great about being stuck at home. So just an opportunity for them to share and talk with each other, which was a lot of fun. And in fact, they all voted that we should start each meeting with a show and tell, which we are going to do. So the next thing that we did was just chat about some of the ways that they could continue to do good in their community, and they each shared different things they had either heard about or were already doing. Some things you might have seen, like positive chalk drawings, or putting a teddy bear in the window, or putting rainbows in your window, or calling your grandma or grandpa. So they had lots of really good ideas, and they all decided to take on a challenge of doing one good thing this week, even if it was, you know, helping mom or dad with a chore without being asked. And then the next thing we did is before the meeting, I had just kind of thought about the girls' interests and also looked at some of the things they had expressed interest in earlier in the year. And I selected a junior badge for them to work on at this time. And the one I selected was the musician badge, doing that because I know they all love music, but they all also play an instrument. And of course, at this time, they're not playing with their school band or orchestra, but they still should be practicing. So this was an opportunity for them to kind of do something they like that could seamlessly integrate into their lives. The last thing I wanted to do was pick activities that were going to require a lot of parental support because parents already have a lot of demands on them right now. So we just had a fun time talking about different musical styles, and we decided we were going to take a trip around the world. And so each girl picked a country, and she was going to do just a tiny bit of research about the music of that country and share it at the next meeting, and if possible even play a little music clip, which I wondered, I didn't know how they would be able to do that, but I'm sure they'll figure out how to do it. So again, just a fun way for them to have a little activity to do, then for us to share, and that's what we're going to do this week. I got all of the activities just by looking on our website at just some of the virtual resources, and some of the resources actually take petals, badges, and break them down into very simple activities. So I just kind of looked at those and just thought, like, what are simple activities that I could translate easily to a virtual setting? So we are going to culminate in having a virtual concert, and all the girls are going to practice a short piece and then share it with each other. They're not all playing something together. They don't all go to the same school. They're not all playing the same songs. And also the mashup of instruments that I have in the troupe, I think we have a viola, a cello, 2 French horns, a clarinet, a flute. It would be a very interesting mix, let me tell you, but I'm sure they'll probably want to do it anyway. But they're going to invite their family on the call to listen to it. So again, very simple things that we're doing, and maybe don't exactly the letter of exactly what is in the badge requirements, but it meets the spirit of the requirements. And that's definitely a tip that I would give you if you're going to run a virtual meeting, is don't worry about things being exactly how they are on the page. You should never worry about that anyway, but definitely at a time like this, you just want to be flexible and go with what would be fun, easy for you, fun for the girls to do, and just adds a little bit of joy to their day, and hopefully a little bit of joy to your day as well by running the meetings. And so we talked about like the 3 levels of engagement, and just know that your level of engagement may change over time. Maybe right now you feel like, I think maybe I can only do level 1. I can just send that email. Amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. And maybe next week you feel like, okay, I can take a breath. Maybe I do want to schedule a Zoom meeting. Great. And then maybe 2 weeks from now, situation changes and you feel like, I think I'm going to have to back off a little bit, and maybe I'm just going to pass along what GSW&Y is putting out. That's fine too. Again, you got to think about yourself and what you can do, and you want to do things that are filling your tank and bringing you joy and not stressing you out. But I will say, even though this is a little bit of extra work for me, it does fill my tank. It does bring me joy to see those girls. So if you think that's something you're interested in, I would encourage you to go for it. Just always remember that take care of you, and Girl Scouts will be here for you when you're ready. Thank you as always for everything that you do, and be well.